Good morning, you guys. It's time for another ingredient spotlight. I may not have put that in the title because with CBD oil, I want it to be clear that this is a video about CBD in skincare. And I don't know if there's enough room for ingredient spotlight, CBD oil in skincare, that kind of thing. But it is that kind of video. I'm telling you what I think about CBD as an ingredient in skincare, and I'm also talking about 3 products that use CBD oil, and I'm talking about 2 other products that I haven't bought, but you know, giving you my thoughts on them. So I've got my notes here in case you see me looking down. I'm going to talk you through all the different names that are used for CBD because I think that can be very confusing, and I really want you to be able to buy something and know whether or not you're actually getting the active ingredient. I'm going to talk about the products that I've got and a couple that I haven't got, so I can tell you which one I would recommend. Tell you about the research and the claims and what my feelings are on using it in a skincare routine. On the subject of CBD, I have been using CBD oil as a tincture. I've tried tablets as well for myself and for Watson, my dog, for probably a year now. The tablets I used for Watson because it's actually very difficult to give the tincture to a dog because CBD oil is best used by holding it under your tongue and letting it absorb through your gums. It's been said that you can rub it on dogs' gums, but to try and get the tincture out and put it, it's a difficult thing to do. So I tried him on tablets, which I didn't feel made a huge difference. But my favourite product is a Peppermint Spray from Holland & Barrett. I'll try and link it for you because I think it's fantastic, because the tincture tastes horrible because it's normally in olive oil. The CBD is normally in olive oil and it just doesn't taste nice at all. But this one has got peppermint in it and it's a spray, and I have it on my bedside. And if I have palpitations at night, I sometimes get palpitations, and then especially if I've got a lot on my mind, feel really anxious, and I just spray in my mouth and it works wonderfully. I tried it for my headaches. It didn't unfortunately help, but I am definitely a huge believer in CBD oil, taking it orally, you know, taking it as a medicine. So cannabis is probably the most common word used, and cannabis is a plant. It's also known as marijuana. That's the plant name. Then you've got cannabis sativa. Sativa is a type of plant, a type of cannabis plant. So you can also get cannabis indica. So you've got cannabis indica, cannabis sativa. Sativa is a type of plant that is used to extract CBD. CBD is short for cannabidiol. So in the cannabis sativa plant, there are what are known as cannabinoids, and they are the active ingredient that everybody is kind of going crazy about and that we kind of have in our system anyway. But I'm not going to go too much into that because that's more about taking it orally. But cannabinoids are found in the cannabis sativa plant. They're also found in the cannabis indica plant, but the cannabis sativa plant is the most popular one, if you like. The cannabidiol, or the CBD, is what you want in your product. That is the active ingredient. That is found in the stem of the plant, it's found in the flowers and the leaves. It's not found in the seeds. The seeds have an oil which do not have research has found do not have any cannabinoids in them at all. There is nothing active in them. They are hemp seed oil. And this is where the problem lies, because a lot of CBD oils, both ones that you take orally and ones that are skincare, are mostly hemp seed oil, which is not the active ingredient that people are generally looking for. Not to say that hemp seed oil isn't very good, but hemp seed oil it's just an oil that is moisturizing. It's not an active ingredient. It's not a cannabinoid. It's probably not what you're looking for. The word hemp, by the way, is also used sort of interchangeably to mean lots of different things. And so you can buy a product that says hemp on it and it be the genuine article if it says hemp extract. If it says hemp seed oil, or if it says cannabis sativa seed oil, that's the ones that you want to avoid, but you just need to be aware that that is not cannabidiol, it's not CBD. If you want to buy something with CBD in it, with the active ingredient in it, it should say CBD extract, it should say cannabidiol, cannabis sativa extract, but just not seed. Is the word seed is what you're looking to avoid if you want just the active ingredient. Hemp is actually, you've got cannabis sativa as a plant, as a type of plant, and then how that plant is cultivated and grown depends on the resulting use of the plant. So there is a strain, if you like, called hemp or industrial hemp. So they use particular growing conditions, and that is then used for like in clothing and whatnot, and for hemp seed oil. Grown another way, cannabis sativa is cultivated for high CBD oil levels, but low what's called THC, and THC is the part of the plant that makes you high, basically. And if they are growing it for cannabidiol, for CBD oil, they would want it to be less than 3%, 0.3% THC. So the CBD oil that we're all buying medicine-wise is not going to get you high. If you cultivate it a different way, then because you want to get, the actual drug part of it, then it's a very different process. It has to be kept warm, I believe, versus, do you know what? I'm not even going to try and tell you that I know the differences, because I have some idea, but not enough to talk about. But they're grown in different ways, depending on what you want from the plant. I think the main thing for you guys is to just be aware, if it says seed oil, that's not the active ingredient. And a really good product, be it internally or skincare, will, in my opinion, tell you the percentage or the milligrams in the product you're using. If it gives you the milligrams, you can use a calculator to figure out the percentage, or if it tells you the percentage, great. And 1% is a really good product. So what are the claims for this product? They are not huge claims, actually. This isn't a product that's come out and said, this is anti-aging, or this is a kind of cure-all. What they're saying is that it is great for sensitive skin because it's great at calming down inflammation, and that it's very good for dry skin because it's a moisturizer, a great moisturizer. The evidence shows that it does have anti-inflammatory effect on the skin, and it does penetrate the skin, but you don't need to worry about getting any kind of systemic effects by putting it on your skin, because although you can get patches and creams and things that you rub on, they are formulated to be transdermal, so they will act completely different to skincare. The skincare you're using is going to penetrate the top layers of your skin and stay there and work on that area only. So it is shown to be anti-inflammatory and hydrating. So I would say, if you have dry skin, if you have sensitive skin, and if you have acne-prone skin or any kind of inflammatory skin condition, and you have tried other things, this would definitely be worth a go. There are lots of other oils that you can use that I believe to be just as good, like borage oil, sea buckthorn oil, argan oil, marula oil for dry skin, but they would potentially be aggravating to acne conditions. This is a great oil if you have a combination of sensitive, dry, acne-prone, inflammatory conditions. I think it would be a really good one that you wouldn't have to worry about. So that's my feelings on the product, or the ingredient, if you like. So let me show you the ones that I've bought and then tell you about two that I didn't buy and why. So let's start off with the Revolution. Revolution have three products. They have got the serum, then this one, which is the super serum, and then they've got the oil that I'm going to talk about. So this one is the super strength formula. This is £12 and has castor oil is the #1 ingredient. It has seed oil. Let me see how they listed it actually. They've listed it as cannabis sativa seed oil. That is number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, number 7 on the list. Then following that is xanthan gum, sodium benzoate, potassium sorbate, cannabidiol. Cannabidiol is the thing that I would say you're buying this for. And there's no percentage listed for this, despite it being a super strength formula. So I'm really surprised at that, because I feel like if it's super strength to me would be at least a 1%, and this is definitely not a 1% with cannabidiol below xanthan gum and right at the bottom of the ingredient list. It's a super strength cannabis seed oil, so it will be really good for dry skin, but it hasn't got that active ingredient that could be anti-inflammatory. As a serum goes, it's okay. I don't like the smell of this. This smells like paint to me. It's just a typical watery serum, but it didn't layer very well for me. I tried to put this underneath my SPF in one morning, and it was just sort of, it meant I was moving my SPF around. Do you know what I mean? I couldn't actually get it to absorb. It's weird. So I don't like this at all. I'm just seeing if I've said anything else. Doesn't layer well. It can pill a little bit, you know, it can ball up. I'm not a fan. I don't like the smell. It doesn't layer well. It doesn't feel great on the skin. And it's actually not a super strength formula, and they haven't given you any percentage. So not a fan of that one. The next one I tried is the Revolution, still Revolution. So this one's the super strength serum. This one is the CBD oil. This one is £10, so it's actually cheaper than this. There's no scent to this one. Just double check, yeah, no scent. This has got grapeseed oil, almond oil, sunflower oil, coconut oil, vegetable oil. These are all before, you know, these are the first ingredients. Then it's listed as hemp seed oil, and then CBD oil. CBD oil is 8th. But again, they don't give you any percentage on this. I've no idea what the percentage is on this. Cannabidiol is listed, but it is the last ingredient on the list. This as a product, however, I really enjoy. I think this is lovely. This is a really, really lovely oil. You don't need to use very much. It's very, very moisturizing. Yeah, I really like this, and I will definitely use this one up because there's nothing nasty in here at all. I mean, there's nothing nasty in this one either. I just didn't like the feel or smell of it. But this one feels lovely. Nice ingredients. It's definitely got cannabidiol in there. I just wish I knew how much, and I wish it, probably I'm going to wish it was more. So I like that one. That one is £10. I should have said it's cheaper than this one. This one is 12. This one is £10. The next one is the Superdrug CBD Skincare Facial Drops 1% Natural CBD Oil. The weird thing about this one is I can't find it on the Superdrug website. I bought it from the Superdrug shop. I was wanting to buy the next one that I'm going to talk about, which is Superdrug have their own range called Me Plus. I'm going to do a video on their new skincare range, and this isn't it. But this is their own, still their own brand, but it's CBD Skincare. But I can't find this on the website. I can't find my receipt. I probably threw it away. So don't know how much this one was. I feel like this might have been $19.99, but you know, that I don't know whether I'm just making that up or not. That sounds a lot for a Superdrug's own skincare. If anybody knows, please leave it down in the comments. Like I said, I can't find it anywhere. I've looked on the internet, etc., and cannot find it. So I don't know whether it's new and not yet on their website, or going to be replaced by this new Me Plus range. But the great thing about this is it's 1%, and that's why I bought it. So it's got soybean mineral oil. It has got hemp seed oil in it. It's got rapeseed oil in it, but it says 1% cannabidiol. The ingredients list this as cannabis sativa extract, and it's got leaf, flower, stem. So I love that they tell you that this is 1% and that it's, you know, it's listed as the actual active ingredient. The problem with this is it is full of irritating ingredients. Perfume is quite high up there on the list, but regardless, it smells so strong, and it smells horrible in my opinion. You know, other people might enjoy the smell. I just put some on my hand, and it smells to me, I can't think of any other way of saying this, but it smells like old lady perfume, and not in a nice way, you know, not anything that reminds me of my nan. It's just that kind of almost perfume gone off. It's a little bit jasmine-y, and I don't like jasmine, so that's maybe why I'm sort of reacting that way to it. But it's so, so strong. I just wouldn't want to use something that had that in it. If this didn't have fragrance in it, it would be my #1 product. Insofar as the CBD products, I mean, because it feels lovely. You need the tiniest drop. I've said that quite a lot in these videos. You can see how watery it is, but it's still super, super moisturizing. So it's not a thick oil at all. It's very, very thin. It feels so lovely on the skin. But that scent, apart from me not liking it, like I said, I don't want that much perfume, and it's listed just as added perfume. They have just put perfume in it, and then you've got the linalool. So that, unfortunately, is not for me. But like I said, if it didn't have the perfume in it, I'd be all over that. So I'm not going to use that one up. I'm not going to use these two up, but I will use the CBD oil up. The two others that I have on the list, I haven't bought, and the reason why is the first one is the Superdrug Me Plus range. It is £9.99. It has incense oil, seed oil and CBD. It doesn't tell you the percentage, but excuse me, I think £10 is a good price for the Superdrug Me Plus one, and the only reason I haven't bought that is I have looked. Every time I've been near a Superdrug, I've had a look and they're sold out. So it's obviously a popular one because CBD oil is really popular now in every way. I could have ordered it from the Superdrug website. I did think about that, but by the time I thought about it, it wouldn't have been here in time for this video, and it's not an ingredient that I'm desperate to have in my regime, you know, and I'm quite happy with the Revolution one. But I would recommend that Superdrug Me Plus one is a nice one for the price, but it doesn't have a percentage. The other one that I'd recommend is the BYBI one. It is £12 and it has 100 milligrams of CBD oil in it. So once you convert that, it's 0.6% CBD oil because it's only in a 15ml pot. So that's not the greatest value for money, the BYBI one. And the only reason I didn't buy that one is I didn't know about it until, I don't know, a day or so ago I found out about it. And again, it was too late for this video and I'm not desperate to have that in my routine. It's one I will probably try in the future from BYBI if I see it in Boots, because I know they sell it now, or if I'm buying the bakuchiol in Squalane. And that's, you know, 0.6% is not a bad percentage, and it is a percentage of CBD, not hemp seed oil, etc. That one I think is just CBD oil, and let me just check. Yes, as I thought, the BYBI one, the £12 one, it's only 15ml, but it is CBD oil in hemp seed oil, and that's the only ingredient, so that's fantastic. So I would recommend, out of all of them, the Revolution CBD oil, which is £10, the Superdrug Me Plus, which is also £10, and the BYBI, which is £12, but for a smaller bottle. So I will link the three that I recommend below. Please let us know how you've been getting on in the comments with any CBD products that you've been using. Have you noticed a massive difference? Are there any products I haven't mentioned here that you'd recommend? That would be really useful. And that's everything for today. I will list all of my makeup in the description. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll speak to you again soon.